My biggest thing being named Jeffrey. Anybody here have a name they don't like, that are a little bit mad at their parents? My biggest thing about the name Jeffrey is the fact that Jeffrey's not a badass name. I mean, you're not gonna hear, yeah, there was a big bar fight last night and Jeffrey beat the shit out of 6 guys outside the bar association. That's not gonna happen. Jeffrey's not a tough name. Jeffrey's more kind of like the name of the guy that shows up midway in a Lifetime movie where rather than avenging his girlfriend from her abusive ex-boyfriend, he convinces her brother-in-law, who's a cop, to do the work for him. Jeffrey is not a tough name. But anyway, we are going to be here tonight for the next couple of hours having a great time. I'm going to bring up our first comic. His name is Matt McLindon. You guys give it up for Matt.
You know, it's funny because I was actually really hoping that Keith, why don't you stand up for me real quick? Yeah, I was actually hoping Keith was going to introduce me tonight because pretty much almost every comedy show I've been a part of now, Keith has been the one introducing me, and normally that's an okay thing. But the last show we did together, was it Valpo, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of you guys are there because nobody wants to ever leave Crown Point, and why would you? But that was in Valpo. And Keith, you know, he did his little thing, he told a few jokes. I don't think it was any Lifetime ones, but it was definitely a few jokes. And, you know, he announced my name, but before he brought me up, he said, you know, me and Matt, we have a lot in common. And I was intrigued because if you look at Keith and you look at me, I see very little in common. But he said it, and I think everybody else was intrigued, and he said that, you see, Matt is a ginger, is what he said, and something I hear every day of my life. He said, Matt is a ginger, and we have a lot in common because if you were to rearrange some of the letters in ginger, and for what he is called, that is sometimes what he is called. And it was funny, people laughed, but you know, for some reason, that just didn't sit right with me. And I couldn't put my finger on it then, and I've been thinking about it a lot since then. And I think I know what it is, and I think I speak for everybody in this room. When I say, how dare you? How dare you, Keith Evans? How dare you compare your life to my hardships and my struggles and my people's struggles, Keith? Let's ignore, let's put aside the 1801 to 1967. Let's put that aside for a moment. Let's just talk about how often are you actually called that name now, Keith? I hear ginger every day of my life. Oh, actually. All right, fair enough. Let me phrase it this way. People come to me and say, "Shut up, Ginger, you have no soul." Obviously, you have soul. You're the definition of soul. Let's talk a little more, Keith. You ever been shopping with Keith Evans before? You walk into the Gap with Keith Evans, and all of a sudden, he is a rock star. We walk into that store, and every single sales associate is on him like white on rice. Hi, sir, can I help you with something? Can I help you? And they'll follow him around the store, always keeping their eyes on him, like he's some kind of rock star. I want some attention. I need some help buying jeans. It's not over yet, Keith. See, me and Keith, we go way back. I don't think he remembers this, but we used to work together at a restaurant, A.N.O.C Chicago Bar and Grill, actually. Yeah, we worked together, Keith. See, Keith had a unique talent. Not only was he a server there, he was really good at origami. Shocking, right? He could make these cool little roses out of napkins. It was interesting, but what was really interesting is he made it a point to give one of those awesome origami roses to every white girl that worked in the restaurant. Keith, my man, the problem I have with that is, how am I going to get someone you're making cool origami? Why, Keith?
I'm sorry.
That's it?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that's all I get?
That's all we got, so.
So I recently been hanging out with a 4-year-old an awful lot. No? No, really, I have. Actually, my niece, her name's Emma. She's the cutest little girl in the world. And the most least pedophile way possible. She is. She's a cute little girl. All kids are little cute. Everybody says that. Whoever says, I watch the ugliest little girl? Who does that? No, all little kids are cute. And I watch her once a week for my sister. And, you know, I gotta say, I really didn't think it was going to be that hard. I didn't understand, because anytime I ever hung out with her before, you'd sit her down, you'd turn on the TV and put on the Wiggles or Dora or whatever the hell Little's on, give me a Nick Jr. And normally it's easy. Or you get them to play with little things. Like, for instance, we have a cat at the house. His name's Prince. And she absolutely, little kids and cats, or pets and all, they're amazed by them. And she always chases him around. And at first I didn't think he liked her. She used to pull on his tail, but now he plays with it like a walk, and like he'll shake his tail, and she'll always chase him around the house. Well, she's running after him one time when I'm watching her. And she's running, and she trips, stumbles, does one of these twists, and falls face first into his litter box. Seriously, face first into the litter box. She gets up, and he had just dropped a fresh load. Because it wasn't the hard little type of no. It was in her eyebrows, smeared on her face, in her hair. In her hair. And I'm stunned. And normally I would laugh, because that's a hilarious situation, but I knew that I was going to be in trouble for this. Because, come on, who wants their kid covered in crap? So I'm hurried up, and she's starting to cry, and I'm trying to wipe it off. I'm trying to, like, consult her and clean the crap out of her hair, which, by the way, trying to get cat poop out of a little child's hair when they're screaming is not an easy task. So I'm getting it out, and we clean her up, and I'm talking to her, and I'm saying, Emma, honey, we can't tell Mommy and Daddy about this. And she's crying, she doesn't understand why. I'm like, Emma, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. We don't tell Mommy and Dad, we keep it a secret. And Uncle Matt, I have a surprise for you next week. And instantly, you say surprise to a little kid, and instantly their face lights up and tears are gone. She goes, Uncle Matt, what's a surprise? What's it gonna be? And I said, shh, it's a surprise. So sure enough, she goes home, and I thought for sure I was gonna get a phone call. But no, she didn't say one word. A few days went by, I thought I was gravy, and so the following next week comes up, and she comes back over for me to watch her. And I completely forgot about the whole thing. And she runs inside, and she's just sitting there smiling at me all the time until I have a little conversation with my sister. Sister leaves, and as soon as the door shuts, she goes, Uncle Matt, where's my surprise? Where's my surprise? I didn't tell Uncle Matt. I said, oh. And I got down on her knee again, and I said, Emma, honey, sometimes part of growing up is understanding that sometimes people are going to let you down. And on this particular occasion, Emma, I let you down. And I'm sorry, but I promise, I promise, Emma, next week, the biggest surprise, okay? I promise. But Emma, at this point, she started to cry. She realized she's not getting anything. I wipe her tears and say, Emma, I need you to be a big girl for Uncle Matt, because this is a part of growing up. Are you a big girl? And she shook her head. She said, I'm a big girl, Uncle Matt. And I said, okay. All right, so next week, big surprise, right? She said, yeah. She got all happy again. I'm great. So I turn on the Wiggles, and I go downstairs, and I start doing a load of laundry. So you probably shouldn't leave a 4-year-old alone. So I come back upstairs, and she just, the TV's now turned off, and she's just smiling at me. Little kid smiles, just smiling at me, and I'm like, Emma, what are you doing? And she said, Uncle Matt, I went potty. And this was a great thing because she just started getting potty trained, so she's using the toilet, the big girl toilet. And I said, Emma, that's great, you use the big girl toilet? And she said, no. Emma, did you go potty in your pants? No. Emma, where did you go potty? Shh, it's a surprise, Uncle Matt. Emma, honey, that's cute. Where did you go? Tell Uncle Matt where you went to the bathroom. And just like that, here comes Prince, our lovely cat, around the corner. With shit smeared into his fur. Shit was smeared all in his fur. He's trying to lick himself clean. And I said, Emma, did you go potty on the cat? And she just goes, shh, Uncle Matt, it was a surprise. And she had me. What was I gonna do? I couldn't get mad. I couldn't tell. Do you know what your daughter did? Because her daughter was gonna say, "Well, I fell in the poo-poo box and I did it back." So she had me. A 4-year-old had me, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on. I broke up with my girlfriend a couple weeks ago. How do you like that transition, by the way? Everyone always works on their transitions like it's the biggest part of comedy. But why? Who cares? So I broke up with my girlfriend a couple weeks ago, and it's pretty significant for me because A, she's the first girlfriend I've ever actually broken up with. I've always been dumped. And even more, it's kind of bittersweet. So I'll give you a little backstory. So my girlfriend, whenever she got mad at me or didn't want me to do something, she would make these weird analogies. Like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go to the bar with Andrew and Justin tonight. She would go, baby, you know how they get. I don't think it's a good idea. I said, babe, just because my friends are idiots doesn't mean I'm gonna do something stupid. And she comes at me with something like, well, you know, all it takes is one deer in the headlights to blind the herd. And how do you respond to that? What do you even say? I mean, I suppose it's a good, I don't know if I've seen deer traveling herds all the time, but I mean, so I always told her I was going to get her back. I was going to get her back with a damn analogy. I thought, what better way than to break up, right? So I thought about it really long and hard, and that day I broke up with her, I actually had just gone and gotten a new cell phone. I finally had an upgrade. And I thought, this is the analogy. So I call her up and I say, you know, I do the whole, you know, this isn't working out kind of thing. And I ended it with, you know, babe, I kind of think a relationship's kind of a lot like a cell phone. You know, you get it and you love it. You use it all the time. You want to show it off. You want everybody to see it. And while you always probably love that cell phone, sometimes it's time to move on. Time to get something new. You know, trade up, if you will, for something a little more sleek, a little more round, you know, like curvy, you know, around the edges, you know. And so, babe, I think it's time to upgrade. And I thought I had her. She was silent for the longest time she'd ever been silent in our relationship. And I'm just on the other phone. And she comes to me like, you know what, baby? It's a good point. You know, I'm glad you finally did, because I upgraded months ago. Yeah. Longer antenna, for sure. You know, it was harder for me to hold at first, but I think I liked it a lot more. I always told you were a perfect fit, but you know, I think in reality, something a little bigger is what I needed. And at this point, I'm stunned. She goes, yeah, I think you actually heard it before. It's actually, it's called the Keith phone. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much for a great audience. We'll see you next time. Probably not, because after the richly charged jokes I just threw at my promoter, probably the last night of comedy for me. But thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matt McLindon. One more time. Good job, Matt. Good job.